For Team Canada, they've done it every which way.
He shoots, scores! Alex Pietrangelo wins it for Canada. Nash scores, and Canada wins in a shootout. Tavares, he is in, scores! What a beautiful goal by John Tavares!
A 6-0 record, but all that means nothing against their oldest rival. Russia has stopped Canada's title run 3 straight years.
Kovalchuk in, shoots, scores! Ilya Kovalchuk wins the gold medal for Russia.
For the second straight year, they rock their rivals, and it's a Swiss miss for Canada.
Emotions have been riding hot the entire night. Malkin, empty net. This one is over.
For Canada, new year, new team. The quarterfinals now. Here we go, folks, to Bratislava, Slovakia. Earlier today, Finland beat Norway to move into the semifinals. They await the opponent, the winner of this game in the quarterfinals. Canada takes to the ice against the arch rival from Russia. Inside our World Championship control with the coach, Mike Keenan, I'm Rod Black. I'm sure we don't even need to give you a pregame show. You know it's Canada. You know it's Russia. You know 1972. You know 1987.
1987 is just incredible. I got goosebumps sitting here waiting for this game in anticipation. And
look at you.
Back there with some hair. It was more than hockey. It was politics as well. It was capitalism versus communism. And the impact, the intensity, and the games were just terrific. 6-5, 6-5. And Mariel finishes off. No discredit to Larry. I'm glad he didn't give it to Larry Murphy there. He finished it off nicely for us.
Well, times have changed. The Soviet Union no longer. Russia, of course. Politics have changed. But the rivalry has not. Canada has played in the quarterfinals against Russia at last year's Worlds, at last year's Olympics. And to set it up for you, let's go to Slovakia and join Dave Randorf and Mike Johnson. Guys.
For the second straight year, the World Hockey Championship, Canada faces Russia in a quarterfinal, but this is a far different Team Canada than the one you and I saw a year ago in Germany. Far more cohesive, and that's reflected in its perfect 6-0 record. We've been around this team an awful lot, and they appear ready for another chapter in this ongoing hockey rivalry.
And they should be. This is what they've been waiting for. You think about April 20th. That's the day when most members of Team Canada came to Europe, and they did so with the hopes of this day, this game against Russia in the quarterfinals, and they should play accordingly. Canada's going to have to play a very disciplined game with the puck. Pucks to the net, pucks along the boards, no turnovers that Russia can capitalize going the other way. You think about Ovechkin and Kovalchuk jumping on loose pucks, that's not what Canada wants to get into. And don't be fooled by the fact that Russia lost a couple games, haven't looked good in the games that they've won at times, because that's how they play in this tournament. They get to the quarterfinals, then they bring their best game. They play both ends of the rink at this time in the tournament, and Canada should expect Russia's best game tonight.
And Russia has made it to the gold medal game in 3 straight years at the Worlds, winning it twice, both times against Team Canada.
And, of course, Batman and Robin, Alex Ovechkin, Ilya Kovalchuk, Ovi and Kovi. We were going to show you some highlights from the World Championship this year of both of those players, but we don't have any.
We don't have any because they haven't scored any goals, and that doesn't bode well for Team Canada. But hopefully they can keep them at goose eggs in this game. They're going to be a handful. 2 superstar players playing left wing, both great goal scorers. And Team Canada is going to have to come up with a game plan to stop these 2 players today.
A lot of players getting a lot of ice time. The big line for Team Canada, Neil, Nash, and Spezza, along with the 2 blue liners, Dion Phaneuf and Brent Burns. How much impact will those defensemen make today?
It's going to be interesting to watch if Ken Hitchcock matches up the pair against the best players that the Russians can throw at us. Phaneuf obviously is going to have to throw some body checks and some heavy hitting, which he's adept at. He enjoys getting involved physically. And Burns is a great shooter from the point. We're logging a lot of ice time with 25 minutes each, and they will see the 2 best players that Russia can throw at us today.
Well, you said it. Goosebumps. Canada, Russia, quarterfinals. Winner moves on to the semis to take on Finland. James Neal's been part of that big line. He did not practice yesterday. A little banged up, but he's ready to go today for Team Canada. We'll continue to set it up and then send you to Bratislava shortly.
The 2011 IIHF World Hockey Championship is brought to you by Imperial Oil, celebrating more than 25 years as proud sponsor of Hockey Canada and fueling our national hockey teams to victory. By RBC, RBC wants to help those who work hard so Canadians can play hockey. By Nike, official training partner of Team Canada, and by TELUS, proud partner of Hockey Canada. The 2011 IIHF World Hockey Championship is brought to you by Chevrolet, driving our world forward.
Grade 8. Stanley Cup dream vanquished again. Alex Ovechkin looks for World Championship gold. His team must get past Canada and Captain Canada Rick Nash with Brent Wallace.
The last two times you guys have met Russia was the quarterfinals in the Olympics and the World Championships. You guys have split. It's a storied rivalry. Does this game mean any more because it's Russia?
It always seems to mean more when it's Russia. It should be a fun game. Both teams love to win against each other.
Ken Hitchcock said the biggest battle will be their left wingers against your right wingers, meaning you'll see a lot of Ovechkin and Kovalchuk tonight. What will that matchup be like?
It's going to be tough. Those guys are two superstars. We're going to have to battle them, not make it an easy game for them. We've got to make sure we finish all our checks and hopefully come out on top.
You guys have all played in big games. Is Team Canada nervous at all?
I think there's always nerves, whether we're playing any country at all. With Russia, it ups it a bit, but we're well prepared, we're excited, and can't wait to get started.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you.
Ovechkin and Kovalchuk probably know that Rick Nash is a superstar as well. Here's the bracket so far. Sweden, Czech Republic, one semi tomorrow. Finland taking on the winner of Canada against Russia. Back with the coach, Mike Keenan. Jonathan Bernier did not start this tournament in goal for Team Canada. In fact, was a late addition. He will be the man now.
He will, and he's earned the confidence of the coaching staff, no question about it. He's done some good things for this hockey club, winning games and handling the puck particularly well, which we're going to see because with the international ice surface, you have 2 feet more to work with than you do in the National Hockey League. And he does a good job with the outlet pass, initiating the offense from the backside, which Coach Hitchcock has said he's done in a real calming fashion. So they have all the confidence in him to get the job done.
Play Hitch for me. What do you think his last words to his team were today?
Be prepared for a good start. Get out after him early.
Well, let's see if they do that. When we come back, puck drop to Slovakia and the World Hockey Championship. Johnny T, John Tavares, 2 straight years has been outstanding at the Worlds. And while you're watching today's game, you can also follow online with our live blog on tsn.ca. Canada-Russia, next.
They are a perfect 6-0. Oh, Nash runs over Backlund. He just hammered it. Berglund in front. What a stop by Bernier.
Rick Nash backs it up like he's Charles Barkley in the post. And that is the James Neal release.
Our starting netminders brought to you by Chevrolet, driving our world forward.
Bernier is going to see a lot of action today as both goaltenders face great shooters with both hockey clubs. High offensive energy from both teams, skilled players, and he certainly has answered the test with the opportunities being given. The other end, Berulin, same thing. He's at number 84, born in 1984, so it's a good luck measure for him.
Buckle up. Let's send you to the Worlds.
Welcome inside Orange Arena in Bratislava, Slovakia. 3 quarterfinals down, 1 to go, and we've saved the best for last. Jonathan Bernier gets ready at one end, Konstantin Berulin at the other. The whole hockey world stops and pays attention when these two get together. Canada and Russia in a quarterfinal that already has the atmosphere of a gold medal game. Canada, a perfect 6-0, coming into action. Russia, 3-3, and they have lost their last 2, but they are never to be underestimated. And right away, there is a penalty call, 5 seconds in, as Ilya Kovalchuk gets tangled up with the captain of Team Canada, Rick Nash.
Well, you want to know what kind of tone is going to be set in this game? Look at this battle. This is off the opening neutral zone faceoff. Kovalchuk and Rick Nash hacking and whacking. Kovalchuk gets an interference call there as he steps inside of Rick Nash. Good job keeping his feet moving and drawing a penalty only 5 seconds in.
Canada's power play goes right to work. They are tied for 6th heading into action today, along with Finland, 5 for 27. Russia has allowed just 1 power play goal in 6 games.
They've killed 18 of 19 power plays. Brent Burns tied for the team lead amongst defensemen in scoring. Far side for James Steele of the Pittsburgh Penguins. He chases it in and comes up the boards and down the ice. Back into his own zone is the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs, Dion Phaneuf, in behind Jonathan Bernier. Getting the starting assignment tonight. Look out, Jason Spezza got on the tracks and Dmitry Kalinin almost got him. Burns keeps it into the point. Gorobakov watching him, and there is Alexei Tereshchenko as well. Here's Kalinin, longtime Buffalo Sabre to the line, not out, put up with a shot, big rebound, and it's gathered up there by Konstantin Gorobakov, sent down the ice. 1 minute gone in Canada's very early power play attempt.
Canada's had a successful run, scoring lots of goals in this tournament, but Ken Hitchcock has not been pleased with this power play. Not generating enough shots, getting a little too fancy on the perimeter.
Chris Stewart meets it in the corner. They send it right back in, and that goes up and out of play. 43 seconds to go in the penalty to Ilya Kovalchuk.
John Tavares right up there in the league or tournament lead in scoring, just getting it done game in, game out. So smart, comfortable with Jeff Skinner on one side, Chris Stewart on the other. And he just knows how to produce offense.
And he wins that draw back to Marc-Andre Grignani, who moves it across to Alex Pietrangelo of the St. Louis Blues. He's the defenseman who is tied with Burns from the back end, creating offense. 9 points for John Tavares. He's picked up a point in each one of Canada's 6 games, the only player on the team to do so. Russia clears it again. Nothing really dangerous yet for Canada on this power play. Grignani joined the team late after the Buffalo Sabres were eliminated in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Here's Jeff Skinner. Tries to walk in on Fedorodov. Skinner knocked off his skates, and Fedorodov gets the pass away to Kovalchuk, who's out of the box. Here comes Kovalchuk, cuts in, shoots, looks for that top corner, and it whistles high and wide. Ilya Kovalchuk was the captain of Team Russia a year ago, led the tournament in scoring. Luke Schenn with a shot towards the net. Travis Zajac up there. Cal Clutterbuck tries to put it in towards the net, short side. Barulin covers up, and Clutterbuck is sent to the ice. He's decked up high.
Clutterbuck a little shaky getting up after he crashed into the boards very hard. Stays in the play, puts a soft one in on the corner of the net. And he charges in there trying to draw a penalty. The referee wasn't going to bite. Canada didn't get a lot done in that initial power play opportunity. You can see why Russia has been so successful in killing penalties, only allowing one power play goal against, because they're so aggressive pressing the puck.
Alexander Ovechkin is out on the ice for his first shift of the game. This is his third game. There's a shot kicked out there by Barulin. Ovechkin, no points yet after joining the team late. Dion Phaneuf moves it up for James Steele, hops in for Rick Nash. He takes a shot, and Barulin will hold on to that.
The captain of Team Canada, Rick Nash, having a good tournament, producing offense as he always does, but he is still yet to hit his full stride, been as dominant as he can be when he gets that big body going at full speed.
Very quick shifts here by Vyacheslav Bykov, the head coach of Team Russia, for the 5th straight World Championship. He's won a medal at all previous 4. Here's Pietrangelo with a blast. Barulin the save. Great pressure here by Canada to start out. Duchesne centers it. That goes over the stick of Evander Kane. Carlo Koliakovo backs up into his own zone. His first pass is up, and here's Everly. Dishes it off towards Kane. Everly of the Edmonton Oilers gets it free for Matt Duchesne. Koliakovo winds, shoots right on. Barulin the save, and he pushed it into the corner. Furious pressure here by Team Canada. Off to a great start. Helped out by that early power play. Kane digs it free, centers it, comes out to the line. Koliakovo to his Blues teammate Pietrangelo. Alex Pietrangelo walks in.
Backs out of the corner. Gives it up to Kane. Poliakovo calls for it towards the net. Hits the skate of Eberle into the corner. Kagordon. Here's the shot from Poliakovo, and Barulin, who has been under siege for the opening 4 minutes, covers up.
It's been the start that Canada has been looking for. Evgeny Archukin, he's out there to create a physical presence, follow on the lead of his teammates early on. Already just 4 minutes in and lots of contact in this game. Lots of guys running into each other at high speeds.
Long stretch pass, looking for Danny Zarapov in behind the defense. Alexander Radulov, a former Nashville Predator, is back out on the ice. Here's Kalinin. The shots right now are 7-0, now 8-0 Canada. Mark Method takes a wrist shot. Method of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Here's Shen from the other side. He centers it. That goes off the leg. He gets it back in front. Tavares takes the shot and looks skyward as he hits the post. And it goes up and out of play.
Team Canada doing exactly what Ken Hitchcock wanted them to do. Putting pucks in deep, keeping pucks along the board and taking it to the net. Luke Shen jumps up and nice little feed to John Tavares, who gets that release right up and over Barulin's glove. And he looks skyward as the puck rings off the bar.
5 goals, 4 assists so far for Tavares. In his second World Championship, Pietrangelo, he snaps the shot. Russia can barely get out of its own end. Now here they come. Tereshchenko with Radulov at center ice. Ilya Nikulin. His pass misses the mark, and that will go all the way in behind the Team Canada net. Graniani with a quick up to Clutterbuck. Cal Clutterbuck has been very effective along with Travis Zajac and Andrew Ladd on this energy line that Ken Hitchcock put together right to the start of the tournament. And he has leaned heavily on it. Nikulin spins it over for Radulov. Radulov scored the game-winning goal in the gold medal matchup in 2009 against Canada.
Too many men on Canada. Miscommunication. Cal Clutterbuck slow getting off the ice. Rick Nash jumps on and takes the pass, which was headed right to Clutterbuck. And Rick Nash has got to see he's not off the ice and just let that one roll on down the sheet. Or Cal Clutterbuck's just got to hustle off a little bit quicker. You see
Chris
Clutterbuck
Stewart
and Rick Nash, 2 of them right at the bench there, and Chris Stewart will come across to kill it, or serve that penalty.
Canada's penalty killing has been good, 5th in the tournament. That faceoff is won right out of the zone. Ilya Nikulin will be along 1 point. Nikulin has 3 goals. He had 2 in a game against Slovakia. Alexander Ovechkin fires it in around the boards. Morozov. Zarapov gets it back to the line, and play is whistled down again.
Offside on the entry. Archukin, who's out there on the power play to be a big body presence in front of the net for the shooters like Ovechkin, was in way across the line trying to get the jump on the forecheck.
Evgeny Archukin at center ice here to take this draw. 6'5", 260 pounds. He's been a big crowd favorite with the Russian fans here because he has been running people over in this tournament.
He has a year's worth of highlight reel open ice hits in this tournament alone. Most of them clean.
Here comes Ovechkin, who quickly jumped on a plane after the Capitals were eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Antoine Vermette, good work along the far boards to get that puck out of the zone. 45 seconds already gone in this Russian power play, and they've yet to set up. Down the ice it goes. Both teams with early power plays here. Here's Ovechkin. He'll leave it for Kovalchuk. Ilya Kovalchuk dances his way in, goes into the corner. All the way around the net, Kovalchuk still with the puck. Puts it back to the line. Achushov is back there. Kovalchuk goes back to Achushov, and that pass is out of his reach. They have to come out again.
Good stick by Matt Duchene, not used to penalty killing, doing a good job.
Here's Radulov. Off the boards, back to Ovechkin. Kovalchuk. Radulov. Tries to feed it in front, he does! Bernier stops it and covers up with his first brilliant save of the game.
quick hands by Radulov behind the net that sets up Tarasenko right in front. Gets everyone thinking he's going to go one way, comes back the other way and catches the D in the switch, and Jonathan Bernier quick to the post. Gets a piece of that one and pounces on it. Tarasenko tests him for the first time tonight.
Jonathan Bernier, another late add for Team Canada, making his third consecutive start after James Reimer played and won the first 4 games. He is the backup here tonight. That was Russia's first shot of the game. The shot's a 9-1 for Canada.
It's a tough first save to make if you're Jonathan Bernier in tight.
Our play is over. Stewart is out of the box, and the puck is down to the Russian zone again. Spezza digging down low for it. Jason Spezza played in the gold medal game in 2009. Here's Nash, back towards the net. Berulin gives it the blocker. They center it right back out in front. Atchishov goes over for Radulov. Radulov trying to find Kovalchuk on the fly. That missed. Luke Shen feeling some pressure from Radulov. They get it into the middle for Spezza. James Neal on his backhand, shovels it into the corner. Jason Spezza centers it for Nash. Just missed. Now it's cleared. Near side for Ovechkin, racing down the left side. Alexander Ovechkin stopped by Shen. One-on-one for Luke Shen, and he wins that battle.
Ovechkin had numbers there.
He's got the puck, centers it, and the only guy there is Neal. Trying to fire past the Nash, and does. There's the shot, and Berulin got a piece of that. Here's Neal. Tried to get it to Spezza. Dmitry Kalinin gets it away to Radulov. Dmitry Kulikov gives it to a Finneganov. He dances in and shoots, and Bernier makes that save. Comes back to the line, kept in. Another shot, Nikulin with a drive, and Bernier stops it and hangs on. No score.
Shots 11-3 in favor of Canada almost halfway through this first period, but that one-on-one talent that the Russians have on display as Max Finneganov just absolutely undressed Brent Burns right before the whistle there, getting in alone on Jonathan Bernier.
Zinoviev out to take this draw, and it's gathered up by Cal Clutterbuck. His pass into the middle is intercepted by the captain of Russia, longtime veteran for this Russian club, Alexei Morozov, former Pittsburgh Penguin years ago, now a star in the KHL with Kazan. He's given a bump along the near boards, and Zinoviev will have to go back and get it. Nikulin, long pass up for Zarapov. Zarapov keeps himself onside for the moment, but lost control of the puck. Pietrangelo and Koliakovo play a lot together in St. Louis. And they are manning the blue line here for Ken Hitchcock in Slovakia.
Ken Hitchcock has a very good feel for what this tournament is like for the players and how to approach it. It is a long tournament and a progression. As does Slava Bykov, he's been here before, and he's got the Russians in medal contention virtually every year he's been here.
Bykov survived one massive failure on home ice in 2007. They had a pretty stacked up and successful team, and they lost the semifinal in overtime to Finland. Now in over the middle, here comes Archukin, got right in there. That train gets rolling, he is tough to stop. Tavares flips it out of the zone. Both teams are 0 for 1 with power plays, and both teams have had quality scoring opportunities. John Tavares has hit the post. But we yet have seen a goal in this quarterfinal. Tavares digs it off the boards. That's a backhander down low for Stewart out front, looking for Skinner. That's intercepted, and Fedor Tutin clears it back behind the net. 18-year-old Jeff Skinner. What a position he finds himself in here. Calder Trophy finalist. Got off to a very hot start for Canada. Has just one assist in his last 4 games. Here is Dion Phaneuf. He's all defenseman. Minutes played per game. Just under 23 minutes a game for Ken Hitchcock.
Loose puck, and Tereshchenko gathers it up down the right side. In against Brent Burns. Chops up, late pass for Kulikov. And one-timer goes into the corner. Here's Radulov. Bumps off of Duchesne, who sticks with him down low. Centering pass, out front. There's the shot, and another save by Bernier, who is sharp early.
Tereshchenko tests him again in tight. It's just a two-man cycle. Brent Burns goes in to help Matt Duchesne, leaving his man Tereshchenko out in front. Brent Burns just has to stay a little calmer there, stay in front of the net, allowing Matt Duchesne to do his job. And here's Archukin, absolutely steamrolls Cal Clutterbuck, and he is a good skater despite being over 250 pounds. When he gets going, look out, there's going to be a collision.
Plays in St. Petersburg in the KHL. Here's Nash, captain for Canada. Rubs out Evelyn along the end boards. Here comes Russia in over the line. It's Nikulin. Nikulin still with it. Puts it back. There's the shot. Bernier the save. Loose puck. Bernier got that too. After Max Afinogenov had an excellent shot from the right side.
What a look by Nikulin. Back through traffic. Almost a blind pass right on the tape of Afinogenov.
And how about the decision early to go with Bernier?
Bernier's looked very sharp. Hasn't faced a lot of shots, but the ones he have been good chances again. And Nikulin is jumping up the play, catching all the Canadians staring at him, and what a pass all the way back across against the grain. And Max Afinogenov, who doesn't have a great shot, puts a wrister in on Bernier.
Max Afinogenov, the long-time Buffalo Sabre. Here's Shen off the draw, bouncing puck. Block in front, Ladd puts it right in front. Here's Mark Mathot of the Columbus Blue Jackets, steps around. He goes all the way around the net, tries a wraparound. Barulin was ready for that, and Ovechkin picks it up on the fly and races down the left side. Here he comes. Ovechkin tries to force a pass into the middle, and Afinogenov gets that to sit down. A wrist shot from long range is gloved by Jonathan Bernier.
And that is how you want to play Alex Ovechkin on the rush. Back pressure from Andrew Ladd helps Luke Schenn turn him over. Eventually the puck finds its way to Max Afinogenov, who throws a harmless wrister on net. But it's that back pressure that allows the defense to have a little bit more confidence, keeping the gap tight on the speedy forwards.
Interesting that Afinogenov, his first year in the KHL after one of his best seasons in the NHL with Atlanta, where he scored a career-high 24 goals, 61 points to lead the team, played all 82 games, and he now plays in St. Petersburg. Or I'm sure the paycheck isn't bad. Morozov waits for that puck, gets over his stick. Back into the Russian zone. Here's Fedor-Tutin. Gets it to Zinoviev. Icing waved off. Brent Burns scoops it up, feeling some pressure, and he gets it away to Tavares. Tavares, who led the Islanders in scoring for the second consecutive season, tries to dance in. Almost did. Here's an interception down low. It's Skinner with a quick hands. Could not center it. Tavares in helping out. And they are going to blow this down. Call it a hand pass. Still more pushing and shoving, but no goals yet.
This game clearly has gold medal intensity, and the referees are calling it accordingly. Lots of contact, lots of infractions that have been called penalties throughout this tournament. They're letting go. They've got a good feel for the pace and intensity here.
The referees are Danny Kerman of Switzerland and Crystal Larking from Sweden. Luke Schenn moves it across to Mathot. Wrist shot. Barulin got a piece. Here's Eberle down low. Jordan Eberle's had plenty of magic in the past against Russian teams. Here's Duchesne. Duchesne tries a centering pass that is broken up there by Dmitry Kulikov, and here comes Kovalchuk straight up the middle. Kovalchuk leads one into the corner for Tereshchenko. Then he follows up in there against Schenn. Mathot pokes it free, and it comes up to Evander Kane.
Tight offside call there. This game has already shown us the intensity of the situation. Jordan Eberle, all he does is find ways to score goals. Got 4 in the tournament, one of course being a shootout game winner, which counts to his tally, but combining with Evander Kane and Matt Duchesne to form an extremely young line.
Matt Duchene started on the line with Rick Nash. They made that change earlier on in the tournament. Fedorodov, near side for Kuhlman, who had a career season in Toronto. He's buried down low there by Alex Pietrangelo. 30 goals for Nikolai Kuhlman. Almost double his previous career high. Fedorodov walks out from behind his net, gives it up to Nikulin. Nikulin's a veteran of 6 world championships. He is excellent in this tournament year after year. Here comes Archukin.
Tell you what, he does not move like a guy who's 6'5", 260, does he? He does not, and he's an effective hitter. He knows what he's doing. Can get borderline at times, but not so far in this tournament.
Here comes Clutterbuck. Wrist shot from a long way out, and Konstantin Barulin makes the save. Barulin plays for Matishi in the KHL. They went to the KHL final. He wasn't even the starting netminder when this season began. He got his opportunity when they ran into injury troubles, and he ran with it, and he was excellent in their playoffs, and he takes over for Evgeny Nabokov, who played the first 4 games. Now he is out of the lineup with what is suspected to be a groin injury. Travis Zajac gets it free for Clutterbuck. High wrister off of the glass. Bounces straight to Burns. Ovechkin pressuring Burns. And Burns poking it away from Alexander Ovechkin. He had to pick up his stick with that pass game, then he gives Burns a bump. Here comes Cal Clutterbuck, the leader in hits in the National Hockey League for the 3rd straight season. Ovechkin cross-ice pass for Ifinigenov. He puts it back for Gorobakov. Ovechkin plays the body in behind the net against Luke Schenn. Here's Tavares now. Tries to carry in over the line. After a very hot start, Russia has tried to cool things down for Canada in this end of the ice. But they're back in there. Here's Mathot. His shot off the leg of Morozov and out of play.
Canada came out of the gates very emotional, very physical. Russia settled things down now. Game's got a little bit more control to it, but Canada's still trying to keep things simple. Pucks in deep, putting pressure on the Russian defensemen and play in the offensive zone because they're aware of how dangerous Russia can be when they have the puck.
Shots are still heavily in favor of Team Canada, 15-6. With 4.5 minutes to go. Kolyakov had to hustle there. Zarapov trying to get it back to Zinoviev, but Everly is back there. Now here comes Kane, and he's away. Evander Kane around Nikulin. Can't center it. All the lanes were cut off. Matt Duchene along the sideboards. Drops it off for Kane. Here's Kane with a shot. Off a leg and wide. Sent around by Kolyakov. Pietrangelo steps up. Now here's some room. Pietrangelo in front. Gets past everybody except for Morozov. Russia is away. Down the ice they go. Here's Zinoviev dancing in, and Kolyakov holds his ground and takes over. Rick Nash steps his way in over the line. Nash played in the 2008 gold medal game that was won in overtime by Russia, and here they come. It's Radulov. He's got help. Radulov. Kovalchuk was waiting, and a great defensive play by Burns to break it up. Here's Radulov again with the puck. What a chance for Russia, and what a nice little defensive move by Brent Burns.
Brent Burns with the active stick. This is an easy pass for Radulov to make. He wants to get this up in the air, and he fans on the saucer pass. It's wide open. Would have been a guaranteed goal because of the spacing of the 2-on-1. But Brent Burns with a quick stick and a long reach, breaking up the 2-on-1 between that pair. It's always a good idea to get that puck to Kovalchuk for a shot.
Kovalchuk does not have a goal yet either. 5 assists. He has piled up the points at the last 2 World Championships. 7 goals and 26 points in 18 games. Radulov back to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk drops it for Radulov. He centers it. It's in the skates there of Mathot.
Kovalchuk pokes at it. And it comes outside the line. Andrew Ladd, the captain of the Atlanta Thrashers, pushed it up the ice. Better Tootin has his hands full. Here's Zajac. He tried to center it, and that is knocked down. Kulikov gets it and pushes it up to Radulov. Here comes Radulov, cuts it in the middle. He's in, shoots, and hits a body of front backhander, and he can't get a good one away. Here comes Chris Stewart down the ice. Stewart stops up. Late man is Burns. Burns in. Can't get a shot away as he's knocked off his feet. And now they're starting to go back and forth.
Dangerous hit by Kulikov. He's shaking up on it, but looked a lot like knee on Brent Burns. He was all or nothing headed forward on an oncoming Brent Burns.
2 minutes to go in a tense opening 20. Between these two heavyweights meeting in the quarterfinal round. Gorobikov taking his time at the blue line there. Lost control of it. Afinogenov puts it to open ice. Gorobikov. Puck bounces off and goes right back to Gorobikov. He shoots. That's off the shin pads there of Tavares. And here comes Vermette. Vermette with a shot. Arrows deflected into the corner. Alex Pietrangelo at center. Calling for it and getting it is Duchesne. Here's Duchesne. Shoots. Barula the save and the centering attempt. Nobody's there. Pietrangelo with a blast. That hits Evelyn in front. Jordan Eberle down low for Matt Duchesne. Here's Afinogenov on his backhand that is knocked down by Vermette, and they'll be able to keep the pressure on. Eberle drops it off for Pietrangelo. His shot, a bit of a knuckler, and Barulin has got it.
Quick transition going both ways. Alexander Radulov dangerously creates his own space, lets everyone skate on by, tees it up. Canada's back's way too far in their own end. And you don't want to let that guy take wristers from 35 feet because he can beat a goalie from that distance.
Can he fire the puck?
Can he ever celebrate when he scores? He loves to score goals, and that's a good thing.
Luke Shin at the near point, cuts into the middle, backhander towards the net, doesn't get very far. Into the final minute now of the opening period. James Neal got a piece. Here's Kuhlman, gets it to Arkukin. Centering pass, Kagorodov. His shot goes wide. Nash, bumped there by Kuhlman. Spezza back the other way. Spezza shoots well wide of the mark, all the way down the ice for Burns. Brent Burns, also a member of that 2018 and lost to Russia the gold game. He was named the top defenseman of the tournament. Dmitry Kulikov of the Florida Panthers, who played for Pete DeBoer, who is an assistant coach here for Team Canada. Final seconds ticking off the clock. Lots of chances at either end. No goal between Canada and Russia at the quarterfinals of the World Hockey Championship.
Nighttime in Bratislava. You can log on to tsn.ca. We're blogging live today. Not much to blog about, but there was a lot of action.
Well, there certainly was. I want to see Team Canada have quick changes this period. The second period, there's a longer change to drive the intensity of that game up.
Thanks to the coach. We'll see you in the second intermission, everybody. We're going to send you to Bratislava now and join our play-by-play team, Dave Randorf and Mike Johnson at the Worlds.
Back here at Orange Arena in Bratislava, the 15th head-to-head meeting of the World Championship between Canada and Russia going back to 1992. Canada has 7 wins, and Russia has 7 wins. What were your thoughts on the first period, Mike?
That was a good first period for Canada. You look at some of the stats. Look at length of shift for their forwards. The highest guy is averaging just over 40 seconds. That says they're committed to what they're doing. Short changes, rolling them over, pushing pucks down the boards. Ken Hitchcock talked about keeping it deep, not letting Russia take pucks out of the neutral zone and off in the middle of the ice and go the other way. The shots were 17-6, but grade A scoring chances were probably 2-2. So speaks to the contrasting styles that a 17-6 period in shots is actually pretty even.
Team Canada sensing that there was an inexperienced non-NHL netminder in that Russian net. They try to rattle his cage with shots from everywhere, but no goals yet. Play underway. They're right back in that Russian zone. Nash takes a shot, hits the body in front. Loose form of thought. and it bounces over his stick. And here comes Radulov back the other way. Radulov, Kovalchuk, stopped by Bernier, got a piece. He's down and out of the net. Radulov can't find anybody to pass to. There's a blast from Kalinin. Kovalchuk picks it up in the corner. Wow, what a chance there for Russia. Kalinin fires. That goes off the leg. Here's Radulov. Centers it. The only one there is Shannon. He puts it out of the zone.
See the danger counterattack. Radulov and Kovalchuk just love lurking out by the blue line, waiting for a puck.
Here's Clutterbuck, shoots out of Barulin's glove and straight to Zajac. Kalinin leans on him. Clutterbuck lost control of the puck and it goes right to Nikolai Kulemin. Gives it up to Archukin. Archukin into the middle. Gorodov has that pass in behind him. Zajac tries to dig it free. Brent Burns is at the side of the net as well, and play is whistled down as the puck is frozen.
That's 2 2-on-1s between Radulov and Kovalchuk, and both times Radulov could not deliver the puck where he needed it. Quick counterattack here, and he puts this pass across, gets this one up in the air this time, but it's right on Kovalchuk's skate, not on his backhand where he can handle it cleanly to get a good shot away. And those are not the guys you want heading off to the races. Then Cal Clutterbuck jumps on a turnover, and he loves going top glove. The goalie should read that scouting report because his wristers tend to drift up top glove.
Kovalchuk playing in his 4th consecutive World Championship. He has led Russia in scoring in the last 2, and he scored 2 very key goals in 2008. Going into the gold medal game that year, he had yet to score a goal. He scored the goal that tied it late, and he scored the overtime winner. Done deal. Bonut puts it into the middle for Zajac, follows up, and he'll peel back with Gorovikov watching him. Here is Emelin, Evgeny Emelin. A lot of buzz about him right now, isn't there?
There is. Looks like he'll be on his way to Montreal shortly. Montreal's had his rights for a few years, and they're looking to sign him and bring him over to North America next year.
Ovechkin comes near side for Finneganov. Pietrangelo backs in there against Zinoviev. He centers it. Kolyakov takes over in front of his own net, pulls it away from pressure, goes up the boards. Here comes Kane. Kane trying to step around the defenseman Achushov, and he took it away. Pietrangelo. He can't get it deep, cannot get it past the stick of Fedor Tutin of the Columbus Blue Jackets. One of 5 NHLers on this Russian team. Only 5, but certainly plenty of guys who have previous NHL experience. Here comes Canada, led by Eberle. Trying to poke it in short side. Kane, he leans on Morozov. Now he's got the puck. Evander Kane can't find a lane around the side. He drops it off for Eberle. Jordan Eberle to Matt Duchene. Here's Evander Kane with a wraparound, and that goes through the goal mouth and into the corner near boards. Mathot now battling for it with Zinoviev. Skinner upended by Achushov. Duchene swats at it to keep it deep. Fedor Tutin with a long pass. Morozov tips it on its way by. You and I spoke to Ken Hitchcock this morning. Part of the plan was to keep that puck down along the end boards as much as they possibly could. Stewart center.
That's the play they don't want right there.
And here's why. Radulov picks it up with steam. In over the line they come. Tarasenko following up on the play. Burns puts it hard around the boards and down the ice.
And that's exactly right. Chris Stewart takes that puck and throws a hope pass right out in front. When everyone on his line is reading the cycle that he thinks is upcoming. And Ken Hitchcock's team was very disciplined in not throwing those line passes to the middle of the ice in the first period. The Russians just waiting to pounce on the counterattack when they do.
Radulov and Kovalchuk talking again out there. They had a 2-on-1 break in the first as well. Here's Radulov. He takes a shot. Fanov blocks it. And Tavares gets it out of harm's way. Skinner with a gingerly advancing pass up to Stewart. He is ridden out along the end boards by Kalinin. Burns hustles over. An extra width. No,
Canada's defenseman not often able to keep it in because a little further to go here in the World Championship. Tavares heads for the net. There's the shot. And Barulin kicks that one out. Big rebound right in front. As Phaneuf kept it in, so does Tavares. Puck bouncing around here. A broken stick right in the middle of the ice as well. That one rolls away from Kovalchuk. Here comes James Neal with numbers. Neal, Nash! That pass was in behind him, and look out. Here comes Russia back the other way. Led by Radulov. Drops it off Tarasenko with a blast. Blocked by Pietrangelo. Up in the air. Stays inside the netting. And Spezza comes back up the left side. Jason Spezza of the Ottawa Senators racing in against Ilya Nikulin. He really is a great shutdown defenseman for Russia. Kagorodov, he carries it in. Wrist shot, went off the chest. Big rebound for Kuhlman. Bouncing around. Pietrangelo gives it up. Here comes Spezza. He's in, shoots, scores! Jason Spezza!
Save at one end and right back the other way they go. Jonathan Bernier makes the stop. Canada jumps on the rebound. Jason Spezza reading the play, knows he can slip himself out of the zone as it's blocked a couple times. And Pietrangelo, who else would you expect to snap that puck right up there? And Jason Spezza makes no mistake. That wide reach can go so many different places with it. And he slips it 5-hole right by the left skate. Barulin for that all-important first goal. And in that sequence, Jonathan Bernier's got hit in the face with that puck. Strap actually popped off his mask. Ref elected not to blow it down to the benefit of Canada.
In the 2009 gold medal game between these two, Canada lost 2-1. The only goal was scored by Spezza. He had 7 that year. That was his last World Championship. Tied for the tournament lead with Steven Stamkos. So Canada strikes first. 1-0. Almost 6 minutes into this second period. And Finneganov. A penalty call coming up as a Finneganov got a slash. And that is the call against Team Canada.
Travis Zajac trying to get a piece of a loose puck up in the air that Finneganov had kept in the zone. And a rare poor decision by this line centered by Travis Zajac. They didn't get the puck out when they had their chance, and Zajac gets one in on a Finneganov. He lets the ref know that hurts by shaking his hand, and Russia goes on the power play.
Archukin will take the draw, then head straight for the front of the net. They get it back to the line for Ovechkin, who mans one of the points, puts it down low. There's Archukin and Morozov up front. Nikulin is the other defenseman. Morozov off of his skate. Here's Morozov in front. That is tipped up high by Zarapov and just over the top corner. Alexander Ovechkin, 11 power play goals, 7 power play goals rather, this year for the Capitals. Here's Morozov. Morozov creeps in, centering pass attempt, knocked down by Phaneuf, cleared by Duchesne.
That whole chance for Zarapov in front, set up by Archukin, sealing out Brent Burns on the backside, opening up Zarapov in front of the net.
Penalty killers change up front. Russia stays with the same 5. Here's Ovechkin, creeps in, snaps a wrist shot, blocked by Mathot. Mark Mathot playing in his first World Championship, first time for Canada at any level.
Andrew Ladd feeling that one. Takes a big hit trying to get that rim.
Look out, back the other way, Morozov. He'll drop it out for Ovechkin in front. Tarasenko could not get the tip. Nikulin, near side for Morozov. Morozov to Ilya Kovalchuk. Here's Kovalchuk. Fires a pass off the boards for Better Tootin. And now Kovalchuk has it over the side boards. Kovalchuk flips the pass to Nikulin. Quickly moves it down to Morozov. Morozov, wrist shot. Bernier the save. Got the rebound. Here's Kovalchuk. Tries to feed it in front. Tootin with a save. Bernier is down. And it comes back to Tootin. A flurry of chances there for Russia with just 10 seconds to go in this power play. Luke Schenn puts it down the ice.
Canada fortunate there. Jonathan Bernier way out of his net, stuck on his back. Russia just could not get a hold of that loose puck.
Russia 0 for 2 now with the man advantage. All that talent, all those power play specialists. Here's Nash with a shot from a sharp angle. Barula makes the save and hangs on. Spezza has the goal. Canada has the lead.
When we said Andrew Ladd was feeling some ill effects, he took that hit from behind and looked like his nose got the brunt of the impact, bleeding from the bridge and from the nostrils. Sometimes your visor can come down on the tip, on the crest of your nose like that and cause a cut. For guys who are not used to wearing visors, that's a new experience.
Well, Ladd is used to paying the price, though, as he has done to win 2 Stanley Cups with 2 different teams in Carolina and last season with the Chicago Blackhawks. Now here is a year later trying to win a gold medal for Canada. Here comes the Finneganoff on the fly. In against Phaneuf. Finneganoff looking for the trailer. Ran out of room as Phaneuf stuck with him. Gorovakov fires that one into the corner. Ovechkin has it hop over his stick. Here's Neal. In for Nash. Those two almost clicked earlier on in this second period. Finneganoff into the middle looking for Ovechkin. Here's Skinner at center ice. Wow, makes a little move on a Finneganoff, and here he comes. Skinner going wide on Kalinin, couldn't snap a shot. Now he ducks out of the way of that check. Here's a penalty call coming up against Russia. Pietrangelo back to Duchesne. Duchesne, Stewart shoots. That was a bullet that did not miss by much.
That's gotta be a slash. Dmitry Kalinin headed to the box. Jeff Skinner had him frozen, gapped out, throws a pump fake at him to slow him down even more, and he doesn't lay the lumber in on Jeff Skinner's hands. He's likely to be able to step around him. Little tap, not very hard at all, and Jeff Skinner, much like Max Finneganoff, voices his pain. And here's Andrew Ladd. Oh my goodness, right in the nose. Take a hit to make a play.
Canada 0 for 1 with the man advantage. Tavares spins it towards the net. Barulin was down but made the save. They keep it in. Marc-Andre Grignani led the Buffalo Sabres in scoring in the first round. Skinner with a shot right on. Barulin makes the stop. Stewart was there but couldn't get a good second shot away, and it goes down on Bernier.
I tell you, Ilya Nikulin is so strong on his skates.
Stewart off the quick up, moves in, shoots. Barulin juggled the rebound, and swatting it just wide was John Tavares, who's got the puck now. Near side, Marc-Andre Grignani, rebound, and they can't find it. Tavares again. Barulin is down, and they're still buzzing, and he has got the puck. Penalty call has been made. You've got the Russian Gorovakov, who is down. Oh, I beg your pardon, sorry, that's 71, not 21. That is Kovalchuk.
He might have caught a stray high stick on the back of the pile, and he's bleeding badly from the mouth. And all over the front of the net. Tremendous opportunities for Canada on the power play. Shot pass for a tip, and there's John Tavares, empty net. What a block. And that's the one that broke the Chushov stick. Kovalchuk still in there battling, and I think it's his own guy's stick. Terashenko catches him in the nose there. It is not a Canadian stick. It is Terashenko's stick that catches him in the nose. Although the referee had his arm in the air, signaling a penalty, while they still sort this one out.
The penalty is going to go against John Tavares for a high stick.
And you see them battle away here. Look at Terashenko right across. Tavares' stick is right on the ice, and that's a missed call. And the referee that is 4 feet away doesn't make the call. The one that is hanging out by the red line makes the call, and that is frustrating.
And what's even more frustrating, it's a double minor. He gets 4.
And he's pleading his case. My stick was on the ice.
We can talk about that.
It's going to be a close game. You get a very good look. Watch Terashenko's stick here. Swings around, catches Kovalchuk right in the face. John Tavares' stick is on the ice. Very clearly the referees missed that call. It can happen. But the fact that it is 4 minutes in a game of this importance and this intense is tough for the Canadians to swallow right now.
There's a delay while they clean up the ice surface. A lot of blood in front of the Canadian net. After that high stick clip, Kovalchuk up high.
And you wish you could communicate between the referees. I know the ref had his hand up in the air at the red line, but you wish the guy who was right there could skate and say, actually, I was right, I saw it.
Why there's two of them.
And you never want to show up your refereeing partner by having him change a call after he had his arm in the air. But what's most important is getting it right. And they clearly did not in this situation.
There's still 1 minute and 17 seconds to go in the initial call to Kalinin.
You got to look at why Ken Hitchcock, one of the many reasons why Ken Hitchcock likes Jonathan Bernier in the net, that quick up to Stewart, and then the hand-eye by Tavares. You called it right off the hop. He gets a stick on everything around the front of the net. And what a block by Achusha. Empty netter for Tavares, and then, of course, the sequence where Tereshchenko flips Kovalchuk.
Well, Tavares has, talking about a hand-eye, he's got that famous goal he scored in the World Juniors where he batted it right out of the air. Here's the brain trust for Team Canada. Right in the middle there is Dave Notice, who is the general manager this year. Rob Blake on his right, Bob Nicholson on his left from Hockey Canada, and no doubt Notice has seen the replay over and over here again on the screens. Rob Blake, a member of the Triple Gold Club, one of 24 players who have won an Olympic gold, a Stanley Cup, and a World Championship. He looked pretty intense this morning when we spoke to him in the morning skates, and
you know he's dying to get into this game. This is exactly the kind of game that Rob Blake would have thrived in, this kind of atmosphere, which is electric.
Well, it is 4-on-4 for another minute and 17 seconds. Achusha, wide, now he fires, that tip just wide, bounces right back into the back of the net. Nash pushes it up to Spezza, the game's only goal scorer, goes back to Rick Nash, stops up, can't get a shot away. Rolls in behind the net, Spezza trying to center, and Tootin gets it away. Here comes the captain, Morozov. He's in over the line. Morozov, Serapov, wrister, a scorcher up and over the shoulder of Bernier. And he's Serapov back to Morozov. He can't handle the pass, and he's given a hard hit there by Dion Phaneuf. Back on his feet, here's Morozov. Emelin shoots, a knuckle job, change of pace. Burns knocks it down and clears it.
They needed that one. That was an awful change attempt by both Jason Spezza and Rick Nash. Spezza, recognizing that they were in trouble, comes back on the ice, and you wonder if Ken Hitchcock might think about possibly even a timeout, as you see one of the all-time great, not only Russian goaltenders, but goaltenders in hockey history, Vladislav Tretiak, getting a nice response, and everybody recognizes him.
There is word that Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin is arriving here tomorrow. So he's confident his team will take care of business today. Here's Kane with a shot. Emelin. There's room to skate it up. The crowd buzzing.
Glove pass there. Emelin shuffled it on down to Finneganoff. The referee right on top of that. He blows that one down, and Slava Bykov always stoic behind the bench.
You're right. He barely moves back there, no matter how intense it gets in the arena.
He knows it's a big opportunity to be about 2:40 power play time. A chance for Russia to climb back into this game.
Kalinin is out of the box, so power play now in effect. Lots of time to work with. 36 seconds to go in the first penalty, the first minor to Tavares. Here's Radulov, stops up. Better Tootin, Achusha, Radulov. Alexander Radulov carries it into the corner, drops it off for Kovalchuk, who's back out on the ice. He moves in, there's the shot, and Radulov right in front of Bernier has it go off of him and out of play.
Oh, it looks like they might have, I think this one catches Radulov. There you see Kovalchuk sporting some makeshift bandages. He comes in and pulls this wicked wrister, which catches a piece of Radulov. Maybe a bit of Bernier as well, as the faceoff stays inside the blue line.
9 power play goals on the season for Kovalchuk in New Jersey. Face-off aggressively won back to Akshashov, who gets it to Radulov in the corner, drops it off for Kovalchuk. Down low and behind the net. There's a quick shot. Bernier makes the save. The first minor is over. So Canada has to now weather the rest of this storm to hang on to the lead. Tereshchenko leaves it for Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk straddles that line, carries it in, banks it off of the end boards. Clutterbuck with a chance to send it down, and he does.
Good strength by Cal Clutterbuck. He knew Tereshchenko was on his back. Hard on that bottom hand, making sure to get that puck down.
Tereshchenko's pass out of the reach of Radulov. Wow, Russia really looks sloppy on the power play. Here comes Ovechkin. Ovechkin carries it up the ice. Centers it right in front. Nobody there except for Burns, but it comes back for Nikulin. He's got a heavy shot, and that one whistles just wide. Morozov picks it off the boards, gets it to Ilya Nikulin. 1 minute to go in the power play. Morozov creeps in, centering pass, loose puck. Bernier got a piece of that. Canada standing tall in this penalty kill. Ovechkin took a shot, play is whistled down. The whistle had gone, no doubt about it, as Mark Mathot is hurt in front of the Canadian net.
The referee blew it down quickly as Mathot took the initial shot up underneath his mask, and he's also bleeding, heading right to the bench. And that is a fortunate break. Ovechkin jumps on a turnover here. Wrists are off. Mathot's stick right up into his face, and the referee blows it down quickly before Morozov deposits it into the empty net. And that's another tough one for Russia to deal with, as you want to see plays getting blown down as guys might be hurt, but not when you have an empty net and the puck on your stick. And that hurts, tipped right up into his mouth. There's no doubt that whistle went early. So early that, and in typical Canadian fashion, Mark Mathot chuckling at his plight.
He lost a front tooth, and he kind of likes it. He likes the Bobby Clark look. He lost it in a summer skate, too. It wasn't even in an NHL game. I thought Bernier may have gotten a piece of that one, but it did get past Ovechkin, as they have been buzzing, and they have 49 seconds to go in a power play. Another slight delay while they scrape some more blood off the ice, this time on the other end. And there's a look at the Great Eights, who quickly answer the call once again. By the way, no Alexander Semin was added, as Slava Bikov said very definitively, thanks, but yet.
And right now they're trying to stop the bleeding on Mark Mathot, perhaps resetting his nose on the bench as well. And there you see some of the backups. That's Devin Dubnyk, Mario Scalzo, a couple of the Canadians not dressed, sitting with all the fans and family that have come over to support Canada. Everyone's got somebody over here, and it is a tense time, whether you're a fan, a wife, a dad, or a player who's not dressing. This is not an easy game for those guys to watch. And every player would always tell you, easier to be in the game, easier to feel like you're involved, like you might have some form of control of what's going on, as opposed to just watching.
Mathot continues to get a little attention over there at the Canadian bench. He won a Memorial Cup in 2005 with the London Knights, shutting down, among others, Sidney Crosby. So now he's getting a puck in the face from Alexander Ovechkin. So.
And he's been very good in this tournament. They'll miss him. He's one of their top penalty killers. Still 49 seconds left to kill in this lengthy 4-minute minor that John Tavares did not deserve, yet he received for a high stick that was not his. And Mark Mathot has been a bit of a coming out party on a larger scale for him, playing for Canada. Well, Ken Hitchcock knows what he has in Mark Mathot, having been around him in Columbus.
Scott Housen, the general manager in Columbus, calls him one of the biggest surprises of their season.
Good face-off win on Vermette. Takes the draw and gets right off the ice.
Big face-off win. Russia has to chase it down and bring it back up. Morozov. All the way around. Ovechkin waits for it, and it's sent right back out by Pietrangelo. Nikulin
Into the middle for Kovalchuk off of his skate. Ladd battles for it and gets it out. Clutterbuck, little move and carries it in. Clutterbuck with a shot out of Barulin's glove. That is the second or third time we have seen that happen, where it has popped right out of the mitt there of Konstantin Barulin. Canada has done it. They've killed off that double minor, and here they come. There's Tavares out of the box. Nash in there. Oh, and he missed on the far side. Here's Tavares with a shot. Barulin the save, and he covers up. Canada almost making it 2-0.
A big flurry on Barulin right before the whistle. Rick Nash was hooked off a chance on the back post, and John Tavares, with his body language, thought he snuck one on the rebound short side. And Barulin moved very quickly to turn that one aside.
Jason Spezza's fourth goal of the championship continues to be the only goal.
And you'll see Mark Mathot back out on the ice, shaking that one off.
Just as Andrew Ladd did, just as Kovalchuk did.
Yeah.
Been a lot of adversity for a couple of players so far in this game. Nash, Spezza shoots, and he just missed to the far post. Here's Neal picking up that loose puck. Canada coming very close after that big penalty kill. Neal tries to dig it free. Karashenko spinning away from the heat, carries it up the ice. Outside the zone to center and beyond. Karashenko, his pass knocked down by Spezza, but it goes right to Kovalchuk. Radulov, Kovalchuk back and forth. Here's Tootin back in. He fires. Bernier makes the save and calmly, coolly gathers it up for the faceoff.
You see the Russians start going lateral with that puck, saucing it between legs. And Jonathan Bernier finally realizes the shot coming with a tip potential. He gets right out of his crease to stop it. Jason Spezza has been dangerous this whole tournament. Ever since he got moved up to that number one line with James Neal and Rick Nash, he has been all offense every game.
Battle for it off the draw. Gordov comes away with it. Hatchershot fires into traffic. Bernier has it, and he's also got Kuhlman in his lap.
Jonathan Bernier standing his ground. He knows he's in an awkward spot with Kuhlman right on the doorstep. And that Chushoff tees it up here. And look at this, right through traffic, through Pietrangelo and Kuhlman. As Kuhlman, in an attempt to screen the goalie, backs in on top of Bernier. You gotta have flexible knees to get to that spot.
Jonathan Bernier playing for Canada for the first time since the 2008 World Junior. He was the backup that year to Chris Mason. He also played in an under-18 for Canada, and that's it. And here he is in this pressure situation against Russia. Coming in late to boot. Koliakovo puts it back for Pietrangelo. Alex Pietrangelo has played extremely well for Canada as well. And now here's Skinner in over the line with Duchesne. Skinner tried to get it to Duchesne and couldn't get the pass across. Here comes the counterattack led by Afinogenov. Afinogenov dances his way in, stops, looks for the late man. There is Everly to break that up. Afinogenov still on it. Now it's Skinner. So strong on his skates as he just shoves Gorobakov down there. Ovechkin tripped up, and a penalty call is coming up to Skinner.
Jeff Skinner on his way to the box. He doesn't like it. Very difficult to handle Alex Ovechkin in the neutral zone when he starts skating laterally. Dance around Tavares, and that's a trip. He gets a stick caught between the legs of Alex Ovechkin. And look at this little move of the feet here by Skinner. Opens up and just blows right by a Chushoff, and then fans on the pass. Absolutely misses it. When Matt Duchesne would have had a tap in on the back door.
Excellent skater is Jeff Skinner, a former bronze medalist at the national junior level in figure skating. Here's Burns. That one is sent all the way down the ice. Skinner will turn 19 the day after
the gold medal game. That'd be a nice early birthday present, wouldn't it? Radulov tries to go across the seam. That is picked off and sent down by Zajac. Ken Hitchcock has also been highly complimentary of Travis Zajac and the work he has done. Poroshenko tries to carry it in against two of the big trees in Mathot and Luke Shin. Radulov keeps it in. Vermette puts it down.
All those little battles, the one-on-one that Mathot wins, the one-on-one that Clutterbuck wins in the wall, that's how you kill penalties.
Here comes Kovalchuk. He'll carry it in. Around the boards it goes. Ovechkin waits for it there against Vermette, who gave him a little bump off the puck. Clutterbuck takes it down. Vermette tries to streak away, but they'll just take what they give and send it down. Quick up to Morozov. Morozov looking for options, and he finds Archukin on the fly. Archukin has the puck chopped away by Pietrangelo, and down it goes again.
Smart play by Alex Pietrangelo. Don't take a run at big Archukin. You're going to lose that battle. Go after the puck.
Look out. Here's a pass up to Archukin.
Just like that.
And he can't pull away from Pietrangelo. They're making this look easy. Is this a Russian power play?
It's not easy, trust me. All that skill out there. And the first breakdown you have, the first time you lose a battle, that's when they'll hurt you. They may look sloppy for a little bit, but once they get their chance, they'll finish it. And Kenny Archukin, who is an exceptionally quick skater for being 250 pounds, gets caught by Alex Pietrangelo using a little skill over brawn in that one.
Archukin with 115 penalty minutes in 26 games in the KHL. 5th in the league in that category. The top 3 guys in the KHL in penalty minutes are Canadian, including Chris Simon. Kalinin carries in there against Koliakovo, goes into the corner. Burns is given a hard bump there by Kalinin. Gorovakov has it now. Penalty is over, team's back at even strength as Skinner heads back into the zone. Russia still buzzing around in there. Koliakovo working against Ovechkin, gets it free. Gorovakov cannot pull the trigger and it rolls right in front and pass Afinogenov, and that is a penalty.
How does Max Afinogenov put his hands up in the air after that? As he takes an interference penalty on Jason Spezza. Spezza's got inside position. And Max Afinogenov just reaches out, horse collars him. He's going to get a hold. And now after that ineffective power play for Russia, Canada gets to go and take their attempt at it right over top of his head. And that is an obvious call.
Canada 0 for 2 with the man advantage. Tavares battles for that puck off the draw. Amelin on his backhand, shovels it out. Bernier will leave it there for Alex Pietrangelo, who starts the back end on this power play, along with Marc-Andre Gragnani, who was named top defenseman in the American League this year, winning the Eddie Shore Award. He's out there right now. He's got 1 power play goal for Canada here in the tournament. Tavares can win the battle. Another penalty call coming up. This one's going to go against Canada. Nikolin Wines fires. That hits the side of the net, and the power play is over.
John Tavares, undisciplined penalty here. He's going to get a rough. He loses the battle to Emelin. Emelin's got inside position on him. Puck's going down the ice. Sure, he doesn't punch him too hard, but he still punched him in the back of the head when there's no reason to. You're on the power play. He loses that battle there. He gets inside of him, and there's a shove in the back of the head. There's no need to do that. Now, of course, the dive could have been called as well, but that's a rough. And that's an undisciplined penalty, the kind you cannot take in this kind of game.
Couple of early penalty calls in the first period. There weren't many since until the last few minutes here, or most of this second period, I should say. And now they're starting to pile up, but it's really a lack of discipline. And, of course, that one missed call by the referees. But final few seconds now of the second is Phaneuf. Picks his way up the ice, follows it in there. Yeah, Phaneuf down low. He'll hustle back into position. Canada got caught, was 1 man on the bench. They got to hustle a guy back in there, and they're dying seconds. The time is going to run out.
And the lone goal by Jason Spezza will give Canada the lead after 2 periods. It is 1-0.
One goal on the board, about 35 stitches already as well in this one. Jason Spezza, the lone one.
Well, you know how you get your best players to be the best players? Play them the most. Spezza and Nash, most ice time for Team Canada at the forward position.
Russia, Ovi, and Covey, they lead the way. Can't get better than this. Head to the third. 1 goal, Canadian lead.
These two teams met a year ago, the quarterfinal of the World Championship. Much different situation. Russia made it 4-0 very early in the third. Malkin had a couple. Kovalchuk had 3 assists. Chris Mason was the netminder for Team Canada.
By the way, earlier I think I accidentally said Mason was the guy ahead of Bernier in the 08 World Juniors. I, of course, knew that it was Steve Mason.
Chris was happy he deducted about 10 years off his age there.
And
Felt young again.
And Steve, I'm sure, was happy to know that I forgot that he was the top netminder that World Junior. But anyhow,
it is Bernier and Berulin in a duel here in a period that will start 4-on-4. 1 goal on the board. Vyacheslav Bykov looking on. All of that talent up front for Team Russia. No goals on the board yet. They come in on a 2-game losing streak through the round robin. Canada perfect 6-0. And we are underway here in the third period. Winner goes to the semifinal where they will face Finland. Here's Radulov, moves in and fires a shot. Bernier makes the save and leaves it there for Finot. Burns chops it up the boards, comes free. And the Wild defenseman leads the rush. He put it ahead to Nash, and they just dump it in and change up. Teroshenko. His pass misses for Ovechkin. Final few seconds ticking away on the penalty to Afinogenov. Here comes Luke Schenn. Schenn centers it, goes off a stick and outside the line. Russia now has a power play for 34 seconds. They are 0 for 5 in the game. Dmitry Kulikov to Zinoviev, and he is drilled trying to enter the zone by Andrew Ladd. Stood him right up. Nikulin fires it in there. Pietrangelo out of the corner to the point. Ovechkin keeps it in. Zinoviev digging for it. Comes free for Nikulin. He winds, shoots! In behind Bernier as it hit the post. Everybody thought it was in. A rocket drive from Nikulin.
The referee's indicating he wants to take another look at that one.
That was moving so fast, could barely see it. Here's Ovechkin, snaps a shot. He can hammer the puck. Power play is over. Teams back at even strength. Here comes the Afinogenov, chipping it in. Koliakovo picks it up behind his own net, moves it up the boards, and the call is icing against Canada.
And now we get to see the much anticipated review. Ilya Nikulin has got 3 goals in this tournament already. Oh, that's cross post it looks like, and in behind Bernier. I don't think that will count. It comes in so hard, bit of a knuckle puck, high riser, crossed, crossbar, post, almost off the inside of the net there. That is so close. And Nikulin sees the highlight. He knows he just missed that one. And Ovechkin tests him again. Another one. High riser up and over Bernier. But Nikulin had options. That was a difficult save for Bernier to make. He had Morozov on one side for a potential tip. There's a breakdown in coverage from Team Canada shorthanded. And Nikulin had all kinds of time and all kinds of options. He elected to unload, beat Bernier cleanly, but I don't think he beat the crossbar or the post or Bernier.
Nikulin, who has gold medals from 08 and 09 and a bronze from 2007 on their home ice. Longtime veteran of this Russian national team. He was also part of the Olympic squad from a year ago that finished a very disappointing 6th after Canada hammered them in a quarterfinal.
Here's one more look at it. So you catch the crossbar there. then it touches the post, and it's that bounce that almost looks like it's over the line that they're trying to get a better look at. When it comes down, does this one bounce inside the ice? You can't tell if that's off the ice or is that off in the air. It's very difficult to tell. And that's why they're taking a long time as we stare at it as well, and you're not quite sure when the puck is on the ice. There's a bit of a difference in perspective because the angle of the camera is not exactly over the crossbar, so it's tough to tell. But you do see a puck and some white behind it.
Obviously, the angle of that overhead is a little bit off, so it can be deceiving, and this is taking a while because this is obviously a very important review of this one-goal game in the third period.
Worth noting that it was not called a goal on the ice, and here might be a better look. Can you see the puck touch the ice in behind the red? And I don't know. Look at the mark on the ice. Very difficult to see, but look at where the puck hits the ice. It leaves an impression in the ice, and that impression to me looks like it's beyond the goal line as it catches the crossbar, then the post, then the ice, and to me the puck looks like it is on edge just beyond the goal line.
That is it.
Now, can I say it's conclusive? I can't, but if I had to say what I thought happened, I think that might be a goal.
That does not get any closer. If it is over the line and there is any white between the puck and the line, it is millimeters.
And the only reason it would be over the line is because the puck was on edge, standing vertically, not lying flat horizontally, and that might be the difference. Difficult decision for the replay review booth. And it's out of the referee's hands at this point. He's just waiting for a verdict.
I think the question here is it conclusive? And I don't know if we've seen anything conclusive.
No, other than that last look where my mark on the ice, which again, you can't tell exactly how that puck is angled, and maybe angled out might be over the red on the vertical plane. It's very difficult to tell.
Ilya Nikulin, who plays in Kazan, as many of these Russian players do, second on the team in scoring with 40 points. Obviously their top scoring defenseman, and you can see why.
He is an absolute horse out there, so strong, wins so many battles for Team Russia, and then he can also bring the offense, as indicated by his 40 points in the KHL. It's a big number for a defender, for any player. And every year we come over here, he impresses, and every year we wonder if he might come over to the NHL, but he seems to enjoy it in the KHL, and the post is in the way. It's so hard to tell as Zarapov skates through the picture, and by the time he sees it, the puck's already back into the blue paint.
This review is taking an awful long time, and tell you what, they better come up with a decision sooner. This crowd could cause some trouble.
It's going to garner a reaction one way or the other with this very pro-Russian crowd.
And this is tough on the players as well. A lot of Canadian players are taking short little laps in and around in front of the bench.
On the bench, both teams are preparing themselves for the bad news, not the good news. Team Canada talking about what happens if it's a goal, and this is the only look that should be able to tell. Now, is that puck on the ice? You see the mark in behind the red line, but it's just difficult to tell. And in Russia's case, here comes the review.
A decision has been made. Here comes the referee. No goal. And for my money, the right call is made. I didn't see anything conclusive. You have got very good eyes, Mike. Very good eyes, but I didn't see anything conclusive.
Nor did I. I just saw what I had to forecast, but when the call on the ice was a goal, it has to be conclusive to overturn it, and I don't think that was, but it was still so close that it took several minutes. So there's the mark on the ice inside the net.
The plot thickens, but it stays 1-0 Canada. Evander Kane chases that puck in. Not before icing was the call. 1-0. The score remains on a very close call off that blast from Ilya Nikulin.
And Canada's got to regroup here, regain their composure, control their emotions, and get back to playing the way they did through 2 periods.
Here's Pietrangelo, that pass gets away, and there's a break there as Radulov was looking before the loose puck got to him, otherwise he could have teed one up. Kovalchuk can't get there because Pietrangelo was with him. Duchesne leans into Zinoviev. They finally dig it free. Kovalchuk puts it up the boards. Radulov over on this side, waiting for it. And it comes outside the line. Here's Kane trying to get past Tootin. Evander Kane played last year the World Championship. And he has really developed as a player. Big difference in him from year to year.
He might be the fastest player on Team Canada in this straight line. Every time he tries to defend her one-on-one, he gains the blue line.
Cal Clutterbuck meets it to the boards, keeps it deep. Here's Kulikov. Kulikov feels the shoulders there of Clutterbuck, and Canada turns it back up ice. Zajac. His shot goes off of Kulikov. Round the boards it goes. Dion Phaneuf meets it there, puts it into the corner. Zajac waits for it. Here's Clutterbuck trying to find his way in front of the net. Andrew Ladd, high slot, can't get a good shot on net, and Finneganov races away. Lead pass intended for Ovechkin, knocked down. Clutterbuck hustles in there. Ovechkin puts it over towards the Canadian bench. Here's Phaneuf hustling back against the Finneganov. Brent Burns. 4 minutes gone here in this 3rd period. Look out. Bouncing puck almost ended up on the stick of James Neal. Now here's Archukin. Archukin takes a shot well wide of the mark. Kaigorodov puts it back down low. Mathot centering pass out front for Kaigorodov. Couldn't find it. Shot from Evelyn from the point. Chipped wide. Kuhlman battling with his Toronto teammate Luke Shen. Neal chops at it. Rick Nash in a race there with Nikulin, and Nikulin is going to get there first. Archukin along the near boards, couldn't contain, and Pietrangelo puts it up the middle for Skinner, who has it immediately knocked off of his stick. Nikulin, nothing fancy there, off the glass, down the ice. Here is Kalo Koliakova. What do you thought of his game today?
He has played by far his best game today here against the Russians, dealing with the speed and pace of the game well.
This is Koliakova's first World Championship. He's played in pressure games before at the World Juniors years ago. Here's Jeff Skinner. Puck is bouncing around. Skinner broke that up as they try to put it back towards the net. Morozov. Tarasenko plays the body, and here comes Stewart of the St. Louis Blues into the line. Winds, fires right on, and Berulin has got it.
Penalty coming up, it looks like, on Emelin. Cross-check is going to be the call as Jeff Skinner tries to drive the net, and he gets knocked down by Emelin. Now an important power play coming up for Canada to stretch this lead to 2. And it's all about keeping your feet moving. Emelin gets his stick way up on Skinner. Skinner's own stick gets up into his face.
Spezza, Nash, Neal up front, Burns and Phaneuf out on the ice for this 4th power play of the game for Team Canada. They are 0 for 3.
And Hitchcock has talked about straight line power play. That means back to the point and quickly down to the front of the net and use their size. Rick Nash down in front.
And again, Russia has still just allowed the 1 power play goal the entire tournament. That one is sent right back down. Bernier. He will wait for it. Dion Phaneuf. Lead pass up for James Neal. Another 20-goal season for him. Struggled to get some offense going with his new team in Pittsburgh. But he is dangerous, and he's picked up his game of late here for Canada with 2 goals and 5 points. Here's Burns. Canada is yet to really set up on his power play, which is now 1 minute in. Here's Grignani, picks his way over the line. Grignani to Kane. Eberle. That's Duchesne out of the corner. Here's Duchesne now, up high for Pietrangelo. The blast hits Eberle, and out. Duchesne, 3 power play goals on the season for him. Puts it into the corner. Grignani can't get it to Kane, and Russia sends it down again.
Russia does such a good job pressuring on the entry, not just on the initial entry, but also off the first pass, getting the turnover and getting the clear.
The smooth skating, Alex Pietrangelo skates it up the ice, and then he is leaned into by Artukin, who always rattles the boards here.
That was a slew foot right there. Kicked his feet out from under him while hitting him.
Look out, Clutterbuck and Artukin collide heavily, and Clutterbuck is shaken up.
A justifiable interference call. Artukin runs right over Clutterbuck in a hit that he looks to make. This is not incidental contact. This is Artukin knowing it's Clutterbuck and taking a run at him when the puck's nowhere near him. He's done a pretty good job playing under control in this tournament because he can really get wound up like a top. When he played in Tampa under John Tortorella could get him so fired up to play physically as though there was no puck even on the ice. And there you see, that wasn't actually a slew foot that I thought it was. It was just a good hard check. But John Tortorella could get Artukin so fired up that he would run around the entire game looking to hammer people and not even worry about the puck. And he's played quite similar to that in the World Championships this year.
His first World Championship. He also played in a World Junior in 2003 in the gold medal game against Canada in Halifax. A game that Russia won.
Russia is winning a lot of these important faceoffs while shorthanded. That's Nikolai Kulemin beating John Tavares. Kulemin is a winger by trade with the Leafs.
Here is the shot from Funov. Chris Stewart puts it down low. Tavares couldn't contain it. Comes back to the line and out. Dion Funov. Long pass up for Skinner. Jeff Skinner finds some room. Stops up, centers it, comes back to the line for Funov. Funov snapper just misses. Chris Stewart hustles after it, pokes it into the corner. Here is Skinner, back to Burns, one-timer on the way, it's tipped. And goes in behind the net for Kalinin. Quick stick by Tavares to keep the pressure on. Nikulin. Can't get around Tavares. Funov taps it back into the corner for John Tavares. Canada's leading scorer trying to add to his tally. Here's Burns. Kicks it up to a stick. Snapper. Rebound. Trickles into the corner after the initial stop by Barulin. Good pressure here, but no clean looks at the net. Here's Stewart. Trying to flip a soft pass into Tavares. Gorovikov to the line. Not out. They put it right back into the corner. 30 seconds to go, this Canada power play. Here's Funov. He shoots that, hits a body right in front. Blocked there by Kalinin. Kaigorodov, short-handed, breakaway. He's in, scores!
Kaigorodov, who'd been out on the ice for about a minute and a half, takes the puck back, and then a couple flybys by Team Canada, allowing him to break away and finish it. Diafanov jumps into play. Kaigorodov takes this away, and first it's Brent Burns that takes a little wave out, and then it's Jason Spezza plays the puck and not the man, and he still has tremendous speed to finish the play off with a good quick shot. Blocker side, 2 feet off the ice, catches Jonathan Bernier leaning, but that is sloppy checking by both Burns and Spezza, allowing Kaigorodov to tie the game.
The second best penalty killing team in the tournament scores a shorthanded goal, the first shorthanded goal that Canada has allowed in the tournament. And it's 1-1.
Teams back at even strength. Archukin's penalty is over, and we're all back to even. Here's Spezza towards the net, and Barulin makes the save and hangs on. Back here in Orange Arena, jam-packed in Bratislava. Kagorodov ties it, it's 1-1, and did you expect anything else between Canada and Russia in a do-or-die game, quarterfinal of the World Championship? Nikulin up ahead to Zinoviev. Little poke check there by Ladd before he picked up too much speed. Nikulin hammers it in. Methot picks it up off of the inboards and pushes it up to Clutterbuck. Here is Travis Zajac, who carries it down the left side. Backhander goes wide off of the inboards to Ladd. Shen with a blast, a tip almost in front there by Clutterbuck, and it goes into the corner. Here is Ladd. Andrew Ladd from Maple Ridge, BC. One of the leaders on this team. Here is Kovalchuk, who was the captain last year for Team Russia. Now Methot is in a foot race with Radulov, and he does well to get there first. Radulov did not play for Russia last year. Injury prevented him from coming back to play for the Russians after he scored the gold medal winning goal against Canada. Everly puts it into the corner for Duchesne. Goes off his skate, he couldn't find it. Evander Kane can. Here's Kane trying to pick his way out. Kane back to the line for Burns. Burns wrist shot into heavy traffic. Duchesne tried to put it out in front for Everly, and Barulin saw that coming, and he hangs on.
It's a good response from Canada after Kagorodov's goal. Unbelievable individual effort, and Jason Spezza right there, fresh off the bench, goes for the gamble, trying to pick the puck off. And once he misses this, Kagorodov is off to the races and makes no mistake in an unlikely goal after the longest sequence of power play pressure that Canada's had all game.
Pietrangelo takes that puck off the draw. Stewart in behind the net. Nikolai Kulemin picks it up. Achashov spins it back the other way. Fedor Tutin puts it up to Archukin. Russia's hemmed right now. Look at that stick by Skinner to keep it inside the line. Here's Skinner, winds, shoots! A blast that hits Barulin right in the chest as he comes out to challenge the young sniper for Team Canada, Jeff Skinner.
Hand-eye coordination. One hand on a stick, knocks it down, then dances. Kagorodov tries to get upstairs, and Barulin not giving him much to shoot at. That would have to have been a perfect shot. Jeff Skinner, always dangerous with the puck on his stick.
Earlier in this tournament, Skinner scored on a penalty shot against France. First ever successful penalty shot for Canada at the World. Methot leaves it there for Jason Spezza. Spezza being watched. Spins it back out in front. Here's Shen. Wrist shot looking high. It goes up and out of play. Hit the netting. Play is whistled down.
Good idea by Luke Shen. He knows he's not going to beat Barulin on a wrister with no screen from 50 feet. So he opts to look for Jason Spezza's body coming out of the corner. Throw it into that pile. You never know what happens. It's a good vision by Luke Shen.
Spezza takes the draw against Zinoviev. Dmitry Kalinin gets it to Kovalchuk. And here comes Zinoviev. In over the line. Backhand pass to Kovalchuk. Takes it out of the air. Chases it behind the net. Ilya Kovalchuk. Still no goals for him. Kalinin out of the corner. Radulov with it behind the net. Centers, and Kovalchuk shoots and scores!
Alexander Radulov has been working plays from behind the net, giving Team Canada fits with his passing. And finally he found Ilya Kovalchuk, who gets lost in the high slot, As there's some confusion from Team Canada, two's down low. Rick Nash loses his man. Jason Spence it down below, and then it's Kovalchuk right down the slot. And Radulov freezes Luke Shen on one side of the net, right on the tape, and Kovalchuk steps into it. No better time for his first goal, making no mistake, giving Russia the lead.
Ilya Kovalchuk, 31 goals on the season for him, which is low by his standards. He was off to a slow start here. No goals until that one, and here they come again. And Finnegan off over the line. Snapper goes off the leg of Finot. Puck is bouncing around, and Russia has its first lead of the game. Just over 7 minutes to go. Zajac with a shot. Baroli got a piece, puts it down low. Clutterbuck leaves it for Ladd. Ladd being leaned on there by Fedor too. Burns towards the net. Ladd tips it just wide. Finot races in to put the pressure on Finneganov, and he puts it around the near side. Ovechkin chops at it, puts it down the ice. Eberle in over the line. He has stood up, and it comes to Alexander Ovechkin. Here's Evander Kane. Can't get around Atchishov, and he gives it to Ovechkin. Ovechkin in. Oh, and what a defensive play there by Grignani as he was beat. Knocks it off Ovechkin's stick and does not take a penalty while he's in full flight. Kane charging his way in. Rubbed out there by Nikulin. Begordov, who's got that short-hander, carries it out, and Russia is feeling it now. Begordov keeps the puck moving up the boards. Archukin battles for it. Canada pushes it back down low. Kulikov leaves it for Kalinin.
Different looking line out here. Rick Nash playing in place of Jeff Skinner with John Tavares.
Brent Burns pokes that free. Dion Phaneuf having trouble down there. They've got it down low again. Centering pass goes by everybody. And Kulikov has to go back and get it. Quickly move right back to Morozov. Morozov trying to find Taraschenko in traffic. Burns has lost his stick. This is trouble. Taraschenko in front. There's the shot. Sharp angle. Bernier has got it. 5:16 to go. Kovalchuk has the go-ahead goal.
Canada's entire game plan for this game was built on patience and discipline, and now with just 5 minutes left, it's going to be hard to stick to that game plan when they need to generate some offense and some good scoring chances, not just shots from the perimeter.
One problem for Team Canada in this tournament has been giving up leads in the third period. They've done it before, and they've been able to fight back in shootouts, in overtime. Now they're facing Russia. With this crowd whipped into a frenzy. James Neal towards the net. It goes off of the end board. Pietrangelo steps up and keeps it in. Vermette calls for it. Trying to go back quickly to Neal. Gets away from him. Grignani's got to hustle back because guess who is right on his tail? Kovalchuk. Emelin in behind his own net, puts it up the boards. Russia down the ice. Luke Shen is back there. Broken stick still remains down in the Russian zone in the corner. Here's a Finneganov now. Quickly moves it up for Gorobikov. He shovels it in towards Jonathan Bernier. Shen puts it far corner. Finneganov gets there first. He's working against Andrew Ladd. Ladd, quick stick, gets it away from him and confidently puts it to Antoine Vermette. Now Skinner is back out on the ice. That one rolls off the stick and goes right to Ovechkin. Here's Ovechkin. He shoots it. That is blocked right in front of him by Phaneuf as his stick broke on the release. Zajac shoots. Barolin's got it, and he's not dropping him now like he was in the second.
Well, let's see how strong Brent Burns is. He takes a run at Alex Ovechkin there coming off the bench, and he actually runs right through his stick and causes it to break on the wrist shot attempt. Team Canada now has to find a way to dig deep, get pucks and some bodies to the front of the net. They spent a lot of time in the offensive zone, but most of it along the boards, on the perimeter. You got to find a way to penetrate the Russian defense.
One nothing after two. Russia has struck here with 2 goals in the third, including a short-handed goal to take the lead. 3.5 minutes to go. Here is Marc-Andre Grignani. A pass into Duchesne that was broken up immediately at the blue line. Archukin tips it past Pietrangelo, but Grignani is back there to get it. Here is Duchesne. Tries to carry it in. Everly follows up. Here's Pietrangelo. Backs up. Rister up high off the end boards. Everly is there. He's pushed off of the puck by Evelyn. Duchesne lifts the stick. Centers it. Here's Burns. Gets that puck to sit down. Back towards the net. It is loose and kept in by Fedorov. Sends it right back in there. Under 3 minutes to go. Everly patiently gets it down to Duchesne. He can't get past Taraschenko. Burns waits for it, battles with Zarapov. Nash is in there as well. Nash trying to get it down low for Everly, but Nikulin goes far side for Alexei Morozov. He's got Taraschenko headed for the net. There's the centering pass, broken up by Burns. Nash gets it to Stewart. Stewart gives it up to Tavares. His shot is blocked. Kulikov hammers Stewart down low, up in the air and in behind the net. Great pressure here by Canada, but again, no clean looks at that Russian goal. Taraschenko skates it away with under 2 minutes to go. Neal rolls off that check. Chris Stewart marches his way down the right side. Radulov misses that pass. Rolls back for Pietrangelo. Does Canada have any more magic left? Radulov gets it away to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk dances in, drops it off. Zinoviev's stick explodes as he leans into that one. And the puck goes right to the Canadian defense. Now it's Tavares. Russia looking to keep the puck down here to keep Bernier in the net. Antoine Vermette to Burns. They move it across. Here comes Spezza. There goes Bernier. Extra attacker is on with 1 minute to go in the game. Burns can't contain. Nash at the back end goes across to Dion Fedorov. At center ice, fires it in there. Round the boards it goes. Burns. And Vermette comes free into the middle. Flipped up in the air. Nash is not going to get it. Radulov trying to race against Fedorov. Swipes it in and just missed the open net. Goes into the corner for Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk keeps it down low. Nash gets to it. 30 seconds to go for Team Canada to stay alive in the World Hockey Championship, and here comes their captain. He pushes it in there. Kalinin moves it up the boards for Efinogenov. Up the boards it goes again. 19 seconds on the clock. They can't center it. Into the corner it goes, and play is whistled down. The faceoff will stay inside the line with 15 seconds on the clock.
Russia doing a very good job defending. All Team Canada members out of breath. They're going to call a timeout, try to set up a playoff, a face-off win. Scott Arniel with the board out early. And Russia just stacking 5 across the neutral zone, making it impossible to skate the puck inside the zone. And Canada having to work to even get control in the offensive zone.
The shots on net in this one. 37-20 in favor of Team Canada.
Yeah, but shots are one stat. Viktor Tikhonov, famous coach for Russia, knows scoring chances are another. And I think that's where this game is very even in Russia. Having a breakaway, having chances right in front of Jonathan Bernier, whereas Canada hasn't had many good looks on Berulin.
Canada has won a medal in 6
of the last 8 World Championships. They got 15 seconds to tie this up to keep that streak potentially alive.
John Tavares out taking this face-off on his backhand.
And he will take it against Tereshchenko. Here we go. Battle for it off the draw. James Neal with the puck, centers it, gets it right back behind the net, puts it out in front. Here's Phaneuf. Phaneuf moves it over, Burns shoots into a crowd. It goes down the ice, and Russia is going to win it. Canada's World Championship ends with a heartbreaking loss to their rivals from Russia. 2-1 final.
The 2011 IIHF World Hockey Championship is brought to you by Imperial Oil, celebrating more than 25 years as proud sponsor of Hockey Canada and fueling our national hockey teams to victory. By RBC. RBC wants to help those who work hard so Canadians can play hockey. By Nike, official training partner of Team Canada. And by TELUS, proud partner of Hockey Canada. The 2011 IIHF World Hockey Championship is brought to you by Chevrolet, driving our world forward.
Abject disappointment. Team Canada giving up 2 goals in the third period. Great opportunity in the dying seconds to tie it. But Russia moves on again. 4 straight times that Russia has denied Canada of moving forward at the World Hockey Championship. Coach?
Canada had a great game plan. They played very hard, but they forgot to take care of one guy. Kovalchuk, we talked about at the top of the show, and he got the big goal for them. It's almost impossible to keep these guys off the board. A shorthanded goal to start with was a backbreaker for them, and it was a great solo effort. But here we see Kovalchuk all alone in the slot. You cannot leave a player of that ilk by himself to take that opportunity.
As Kovalchuk did to Canada back in 2008 at the World Hockey Championship when they won the gold medal. So Russia will move on to tomorrow's semifinals against Finland. That's the afternoon game here on TSN. The Czech Republic, the defending world champions, against Sweden. So once again, Team Canada does not advance and will not advance to the medal round at the World Hockey Championship. They had a 1-0 lead after 2, looked poised, looked good. And then that shorthanded goal, you called it the backbreaker. And then Ilya Kovalchuk, one of the best in the world, does it. Russia wins at the World Hockey Championship.